So today's reaction is nitration of methyl benzoate. We start with methyl benzoate. Ester group is a meta-directing group. In presence of the nitrating mixture, which is concentrated nitric acid and sulfuric acid mixture, it will form the meta-nitrobenzoate as your major product. And the reaction also produces water. We have to keep in mind the temperature needs to be below 15 degrees Celsius as it's a very exothermic reaction. We will be doing the reaction in an ice bath, and we will try to keep the reaction temperature below 15 degrees Celsius to avoid any dinitrated product. We start with 3.08 grams of methyl benzoate. We'll go ahead and start the reaction, and at the end of the reaction, get the mass of our product. I will be measuring my sulfuric acid, which is 6 milliliters. That's my 6 milliliter sulfuric acid. Next, I'm going to measure my concentrated nitric acid and sulfuric acid mixture, which is a 50-50 mixture. This is already prepared. This I'm going to use 4 milliliters. Okay, so that is my 4 milliliters concentrated sulfuric acid and nitric acid mixture. So I'm going to place both these acids in the ice bath. Put both my acid in the ice bath. So now I'm going to weigh my 3 grams of methyl benzoate in a 150 milliliter beaker. So put the beaker, tear. So that's my 3.08 grams of methyl benzoate. So to prepare a cold ice bath, I'm going to add some sodium chloride to make a slurry into my ice bath. So a couple scoops of table salt, and then I will give it a mix to make a slurry. So I'll put my methyl benzoate in the ice bath to cool down. So it's been about a few minutes. I'm going to add my cooled sulfuric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid, into the methyl benzoate. I'm going to add some more ice from the side and let everything cool down. So I have clamped the thermometer with some paper towel because this is not a thermometer clamp, and then this will place underneath. So make sure the thermometer is inside the beaker with the methyl benzoate and sulfuric acid, and when the temperature drops, we are going to start adding our nitrating mixture, which is sulfuric acid plus nitric acid mixture, which is also cooling down in the separate ice bath. The temperature is currently close to 0 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to start adding my nitrating mixture with a pipette, dropwise. And mix the solution. So as you can see, the temperature starts rising, and we would make sure the temperature is below 15 degrees at all times when we add the nitrating mixture. So I will be stirring it for a few minutes and let it cool before I add more drops. So right now, as you can see, it's close to about 8 degrees Celsius. So you can understand nitration is a exothermic reaction. So I'll keep adding my nitrating mixture slowly over a period of about 15 minutes. So the temperature is about 11 degrees Celsius. I'll keep stirring until it goes down. The temperature lowers a little bit before I can add some more mixture. This will be my last addition, and so I am done adding the nitrating mixture. Now I'll give it a mix and then take out the beaker, put it on the bench top to come to the room temperature. So remember, the store-bought has strong acid. Make sure you place it on a paper towel. Again, the thermometer also has strong acid. Place it on a paper towel. And I'm going to take out my reaction mixture, which is sort of a yellow colored liquid right now. You're going to put it on the bench top to get to the room temperature. I'm going to rinse these out. So I have about 25 grams of crushed ice. I'm going to pour my mixture and I'm going to stir while I add. As you can see, the white precipitate is our product. I would let it sit for a few minutes and start setting up my filtration setup. So here's my filtration funnel. I'm going to put my filter paper in and connect the hose. So I'll wet the filter paper with cold DI water. Turn on the vacuum. Give the solution a mix and slowly pour. To get the rest of my product out, I'm going to add some cold DI water in here because I'm supposed to wash my product with cold DI water, about 12 ml. So I'm first adding into this beaker and then going to put it in the funnel. Try to get most of the product out. Okay, as you can see, the water has been filtered out and my product is a white, clean white product. So I'm now going to add my methanol, which is cold methanol, So I'm going to add cold methanol. I have 10 ml. I will add it in 2 washings. So I will add about half. So this is my crude product. Transfer into a Erlenmeyer flask for recrystallization. So that's all of my crude product. I'm going to weigh this. I have pre-tared the Erlenmeyer flask. Now I'm going to weigh the crude product. This is not completely dry yet. We will dry it completely after we recrystallize it. And I'm going to put my filtrate into a waste bottle. Let's go ahead and weigh this. So that's my crude product. I have about 10 ml of methanol. I'm going to add it and then put it on a hot plate. So I'm going to drop in 2 boiling stones and then put it on the hot plate. I will let it boil. If it does not dissolve, it needs more solvent. I'm going to add more solvent. Right now I have 10 milliliters of methanol. As you can see, it has completely dissolved. I will let it boil for a few minutes and then turn off the hot plate and cool it down to room temperature. So it's been boiling for a few minutes. I will turn off the hot plate. I would let it cool down to room temperature and then place it in some ice water. Place it in some ice water for a few minutes and then go ahead and filter it out. I'm going to put a filter paper in the filtering flask, and my product has been cooling for a while now. I'm going to take it out. So I'm going to wet my filter paper, a couple drops of cold methanol, and then turn on the vacuum. Get the rest of the product, I'm going to add some cold methanol. Fairly clean product and crystalline. I will spread it out so it dries out before we can weigh it. So my product has been drying in the vacuum for a few minutes now. I'm going to turn off the vacuum and transfer the product onto my pre-weighed watch glass. Here's my final product. As you can see, it's very crystalline. We'll go ahead and weigh it. So at the end of the reaction, we collected our product, and the mass of the watch glass plus filter paper was 105.98 grams, and the mass of the product with watch glass and filter paper was 109.03 grams. So the difference of these two numbers should help you find the mass of the product and percent yield of the reaction.